Hey guys, welcome back. Anytime I ask you guys what you want to see, one of the most requested videos is homemaking with lots of recipes. The other one is of course like renovations or makeovers, things like that, which I do have one coming. Not next week, but I think the week after is when I'm planning on sharing that one. But anyway, we have lots of things coming. Today I thought, okay, every week I try to do some meal prep, but it looks different. I do different types of meal prep, again, depending on if my kids are here with me or not. So I'm like partway through the week already. It's actually Wednesday, but this is the time that I don't have my kids with me. And so I'm going to be kind of doing a little bit different meal prep than I typically share, because typically when I'm sharing meal prep, I do it as like I'm doing it for an entire family. Whereas this week, it's just me. I thought this would be kind of fun because you can of course take these recipes and you can like amplify them a little bit. You can make them a little bit bigger and, you know, to feed more people. But also this is something that works if you live alone, if there's just two of you, if you have like a smaller family. So I thought this would be kind of like an interesting style meal prep. Everything is very, very intentional. I don't want to over meal prep, which I think is another easy thing to do. And so I really am like very intentional with what things I do prep and make ahead. But these are all really delicious, like so delicious, but also very healthy meals as well. So I figured I would go ahead and share with you guys like what I'm creating for myself to make my week or the rest of my week a little bit easier, and things that will like just keep me on track with eating healthy and all the things. So let's do this. We are gonna make some quick pickles. Now, this is a recipe that I actually haven't tried, but I saved it like a while ago and I thought, oh, this sounds so good. And I love like pickling my own things. Like I love, when I say pickling my own things, really, I've pickled my own onions and it's so good. If you haven't pickled onions, first of all, it's so easy, very quick. I mean, you can do it very quick and they're so good. You can add them to all different kinds of things. I love vegetables, I love pickles. So I'm like, okay, this is so my jam. And you don't have to ferment anything. These are just like quick 3 to 4 days and they're good to go, but you can leave them in your fridge and just like enjoy them. So we're gonna start with some mason jars. And we are going to pickle some carrots, some cucumber, some cauliflower, some green beans, and then of course some red onion. So we are going to get that chopped up in a minute, but I also want to show you like everything else that you're going to need for this recipe. So you're going to of course need some vinegar and some boiling water. We'll need some peppercorns, some salt, garlic, and a little bit of sugar. Anytime I use mason jars, I really like to get the wide mouth just because it makes it a lot easier to, one, get things in, and two, get them out. So we're gonna kind of set a lot of this stuff away to the side. And we'll start chopping our veggies. Now, one thing I will say is, and I've shared this a lot of times in the past, but my favorite way to store fruits and veggies is actually in mason jars. It really keeps your fruits and veggies prepped in your fridge longer, like so much fresher, so much longer. It's so good. And then something that also will make your food prep and meal prep a lot easier is if you have a garbage bowl. It's something that I learned from the Food Network years and years and years ago from Rachel Ray, and I still to this day do it. So let me wash everything up, I guess.
In the sky and fire in the air, desire burns between them. One big push is gonna get you there. Takes a stronger eye to see them. And when you see it in front of you, in a silhouette
Oh my gosh, the onions are totally getting my eyes right now. They usually don't affect me, but they are. They're actually a good thing that you can even like make and give to someone. Again, like pickled onions, just you can always add them on salads. You can add them on top of like if you do like a taco bowl or make tacos, like so good, so yummy. So now to these, we are going to add in a few things. So I'm gonna start by boiling some water. If you don't have an electric kettle, you can just do this on the stove, but I would suggest doing that like maybe while you're cutting everything up, but this one's so fast. Okay, so to each of these, I am going to add in the clove of garlic. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of black peppercorn, along with a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of sugar into each. I'm gonna add in some fresh dill. Add this into the green beans, the carrots, and the cucumbers. Yum, I love dill so much. So good. If you don't, then totally omit it. All right, and then I'm just going to fill this up halfway with white vinegar and then halfway with the boiling water. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use these white lids to cover them up. Give them a little shake at that point. And then we'll let these cool for a minute and then we can put them in the fridge. And they should be ready within like 3 to 4 days. I'm excited. I think you can start to eat them a little sooner, but like that's gonna be when they're the best, I guess. Does that not sound so good though? Just like yummy, yummy pickled veggies. So good. All right, next we're going to be making some Snickers dates. So basically like a little sweet treat, but I'm going to do a few things just to make them a little bit healthier. And I also wanna say, if you want these to be like higher protein, you can add a little protein powder like to the chocolate, but they do have some protein because they're gonna have some nut butter in them. So you're first going to need some Medjool dates, okay? These were just from Walmart. You also want some chocolate chips. So I'm just using dark chocolate chips from Fred Market. And then I also have some peanut butter. You can also use like almond butter, which, oh, maybe I should have done that, almond butter. Almond butter is my favorite, so good. And then to top it, I'm doing some macadamia nuts. You can do whatever kind of nuts you want, or you don't have to do nuts. And then just a little bit of salt. I'm undecided if, I'll probably try to use this salt. It's like a little, it's not flaky, but it's kind of like little crumbles, and I think that could be good. Anyway, that's all you need, and then you can put these in the fridge for probably like a week or so, and they're just like a little sweet treat that is a little better for you. Definitely better than something that you'd get at the store, but yum. Okay, I'm just gonna use the whole bag actually, that's fine. So these ones are already pitted, or they at least should be. So you're just going to open them up. But if they're not pitted, just make sure to remove the pit. These, if you haven't had dates, by the way, they're actually so good. I used to eat them, I mean, not like all the time, but they're literally like candy. They're so good. And they're super sweet and like caramely inside. Ugh, they're so good. Just go ahead and open all of these up. And then you're going to take your peanut butter and just scoop kind of what you can fit in there, but like about a teaspoon, okay? We're gonna scoop it right inside, just like that, and kind of close it up as best as you can. And then we're just gonna set that aside, and we'll do that to all of these. So scoop in your peanut butter or almond butter or whatever kind of nut butter you want, and close them back up as best you can. And just kind of know these are messy to make, okay? So you are gonna have messy hands, but it's worth it. And some will kind of fall apart, so you can just kind of make like a sandwich out of them. They're so worth it, it's so good. Take your little guy. I almost don't want them that coated though. Again, this is not a clean recipe, but it's good. It's a good one. And add a little bit of those a little crushed macadamia nuts. And then we are just going to stick these in the fridge to kind of set up a little bit. All right, we have our quick pickles hanging out on the counter. They're actually ready to go in the fridge. And then in the fridge, we have our healthy Snickers treats. So good. But before we jump into the rest of the recipes, I want to say a huge thank you to Bombas for teaming up with me once again in today's video. You guys, if you've been here for a while, you know I love Bombas so much. Their socks are so good. They are incredible for so many reasons I've talked about, but something that I got recently, kind of recently, like within the last month, is actually Bombas Friday slides or sandals. I did not even know that they had these, but they are incredible. I honestly love them for so many reasons. One, they're very, very lightweight, but they're still really supportive. I love that they look very cute. You can wear them out and about, but you can also wear them within the house. Like they can be house shoes like I'm using for my white pair. I also love that they're really nice and cushy. Like when you put them on, they really feel like you're walking on a cloud, which I know sounds so cliche and just silly, but truly that is the best way I can explain it. It is so awesome because they're really soft, but they're also really supportive. You can kind of also see they have like a slight cupped footbed. It just helps your foot from not sliding around. It just gives the slide a little bit more structure and keeps you more secure in the shoe as well. I also want to note that the grip on these is really amazing. So you have good traction, whether you're running errands, walking around outside, doing stuff with the kids, in the house, wherever you're at, like they're amazing. They also do come in lots of different colors. So I have the white and black, which is just like classic, but they do come in a ton of different options as well. And they also have a clog option, which is a closed toe. I feel like these are the type of shoes that you can put on and then accidentally wear them all day long just because of how comfortable they are. And of course, just like anything with Bombas, they're made with super soft, super high quality materials. They have t-shirts, bras, slippers. Of course, they have socks, and now they have these slides as well. They're easily my most comfortable shoes that I own. Now, if you want to check out anything from Bombas, including the new Friday slides, and save a little money, I will put a QR code right here on the screen and use my code ThisCrazyLife, and that will save new customers 20% off your entire order. And I'll also have that link down below for you guys. So definitely check it out, and these would be perfect for yourself, for your kids, and they'd also make a great gift as well. So anyway, I want to say a huge thank you again to Bombas for teaming up with me. Now let's get back into all the recipes. And actually, I think the next recipe that's on my list is a really good one. It's crispy onion rings, but like crispy onion ring chips. So good. But I did forget to pick up one item from the store, so I'm gonna run really quick to the store, come back, and we'll start making those. All right, are you ready to make yourself the yummiest little low-carb snack ever? Get a baking sheet out. You can use parchment paper, or again, I'm using an air fryer liner, and it'll be perfect. It's gonna be like a one single portion, okay? Get a cutting board out. This is the most work of all of this. And by the way, all you're gonna need is an onion, some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, whatever seasonings you want. So I think I'm gonna use like paprika and garlic powder. Go ahead and slice that bad boy up. And I have the oven preheating to 400 degrees. This is going to be like basically onion ring chips. No work, no gluten. We're just gonna make all the flavors of an onion ring, but we're gonna do it easy, and we're gonna do it in a gluten-free, low-carb, delicious way. So you're just going to slice this. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have sliced this in half, but it's fine. We're gonna go with it. Slice these into pretty uniform, pretty thin slices, okay? So onto your parchment paper, you're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna do a layer of Parmesan, and this is what's going to make it nice and crispy. Try to keep these in their little sections, so don't move them apart, okay? We're just gonna layer the thin slices of onion on here. Like you can honestly cut this into like bits to put over a salad, like to be like croutons. You can have this as chips. You can have it as whatever. However you want to eat this, there's no wrong way. It's just delicious. Just layer those onions Get them as thin as you can. Spray a little olive oil on here. That'll kind of crisp them up a little bit too. And then we'll do some salt and pepper. Salt. Some garlic powder and some paprika. Once my oven is done preheating, I'm just gonna pop this in the oven in a 400-degree oven for like 20-25 minutes until it's nice and crispy and golden. You'll know when it's done. Yum. But look at that. Actually don't have too much time because even though the kids aren't here with me this week, I am doing pickup. And so I only have like 20-ish minutes till I gotta go. But surprisingly, that's enough time for this next recipe. So these are nice and cool. I'm actually gonna stick these in the fridge, all of our little quick pickles. And then I'm gonna grab out some chicken to show you the next recipe. It's so easy and so quick. Especially if you live by yourself or you're just not wanting to do like a whole big thing. Again, like you can scale this to be bigger and make more food. But this is like a really easy, super quick, great go-to for if you want something really simple. I don't know how many times I can say that, but it's good. Ooh, and by the way, these are all done. I'll try one in a minute because let's get to this and then we'll do that. We'll use this later. All right, so we're actually gonna use an air fryer for this, which is perfect because I've been using those little air fryer liners. Which, if you have an air fryer, make your life a little easier. Get these liners. You can get them on Temu, you can get them on Amazon, like all over the place. They're so good, so easy. All right, so for this so quick and easy recipe, you're gonna need some chicken, a chicken breast, some green beans, some chili crisp oil. You can find this all over the place. I actually have another version of this that I'll make with the kids, but this one is spicy chili crisp. You can find it all over the place. I wanna say like Trader Joe's might have a good one. This one's just from Walmart, but it gives such good flavor. And again, if you want, you can go with like the spicy version or you can go with the non-spicy. And then you're also gonna need some honey. I am actually just going to be making this for meal prep, so that I can have it later and make it even easier on myself, not have to deal with like cutting the chicken because sometimes that's too much, you know? And I'm just gonna dice this up into little bite-sized pieces and then I'll just wash and trim the green beans. And that's all the prep you're gonna need for this. So I'm just gonna add my chicken right in. Also, this is like a one pot thing. And if you don't have an air fryer, you can definitely do this on the stove. Or if you're making like a bigger portion and your air fryer isn't big enough, then you can make this, not in the stove, in the oven. You can pop it in the oven. Add however many green beans you want. I like a lot of green beans, so I'm gonna bulk that out. Do you guys do like the grocery pickup or grocery delivery? I do that all the time, I love it. The only thing is sometimes you don't get the best produce, but it just depends, because sometimes it's great. But today, like, my green beans were not the best, but actually I think everything else is pretty good. I definitely think it's gotten better over the years, but either way, it saves me so much time. By the way, if your honey gets too thick or if it gets crystallized, you can just let it sit in a bath of like boiled water, like hot water. And look, it gets so hoary and like, I don't know what you call that, but just a little tip. You're gonna add a sweetener. So I'm gonna do a little honey. Okay, just gonna drizzle it on. And then you're gonna add in your chili crunch. Do you hear that? Ooh, yum, so good. We're gonna add a little bit of the chili crunch oil. Just kind of drizzle that over it. You can do more spice or less depending on your liking. If you want, you can do some salt and pepper. Also, if you want, you're welcome to add in whatever seasonings. Like you can do garlic, just whatever, but you don't have to. You can just do your sweetener and the chili crisp oil. And then I'm just gonna use this to kind of like stir it up just a little bit. I'm gonna use my 2 different forks. Stir around the chicken and the green beans. And then we're just going to heat this in our air fryer roughly 10 minutes, but we'll kind of see where it's at. It'll depend how much chicken you have and how thick cut your pieces are, but really you just want the green beans. I don't like to overcook my green beans. I like them to still have that crunch, and you want your chicken to obviously be cooked. but we're gonna heat it at 400 degrees for, we'll start with 10 minutes, kind of see where we get to. All right, these are out. I did leave them in just a few minutes extra, which I maybe shouldn't have done, but it's fine. To let them sit for a few to like kind of get a little bit more crispy on top, but that's perfect because I actually have to run do pickup, and then we'll come back and check on those. That will be done, and then we just have a few more things to take care of. The kitchen is smelling so good right now. All right, I'm back, and I just tested everything out real quick. Look, this is why you want to let this cool, as you see. I'm actually gonna roll that out, or like use a pizza cutter and cut that. And then let me show you the chicken. I got back from doing pickup, so like basically running errands, right? And this is waiting for you. Now I'm actually gonna put this in a dish so that I can put it in the fridge and heat it up even more lazy tomorrow. But it's so good. Now let me show you really quick. Again, like this one I'll use if my kids are here. This one is for me, and I will overdo this a little bit. It's like a garlic chili crunch. This one is not spicy. This one, spicy chili crunch. This one is the best. And this is the one I use today. Ooh, let me just put this in a container and you'll see it better. It looks so good. Look, you just dump it in, no cleanup. Hands down the easiest meal. So good and super flavorful too. I've only done this like just fresh like this. I'm actually going to try putting them in the fridge, maybe with a little liner or something. And I bet you that I could like crisp them back up in the air fryer. So I'm curious to see if it works or not. I'm gonna do it and I'll let you guys know if it works. But either way, like these are so good. Really the only trick is like make sure that you let them crisp up on the counter and cool, because that's how they crisp up. Before we put these bad boys away, I want to show you. I wish I could just give you a little bite, like here, have it. It's so good. These are gonna be like, you want a sweet treat before bed, like you make them one time, you saw how quick and easy they were to make, and now you don't feel bad at all. Especially if you want to add protein powder in, like make them like a little more high protein, but like just like this, they're good. You have the natural sugar of the date, fiber from the date, you have nuts, you have the nut butter, and then if you do dark chocolate, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it literally, you guys, if you haven't had these, make them. And I actually do it with macadamia nuts because I haven't done that before. That's good. 10 out of 10, sweet treat. I think to put these away, I'm actually just gonna use a bowl, but these are cool. I actually got these from Temu forever ago. I'm sure you can also find them on Amazon. You pull it apart. And it's a shower cap. No, I'm just checking. Not really, but it's nice because then you just like wrap it right over whatever you're using. And it's like plastic wrap basically, but even easier. And I'm curious, because I'm always curious, like what, because in these videos I always share a bunch of different recipes because I can never pick just a couple. So I'm curious what ended up being your favorite in today's video. I know I still have a couple more. I'm gonna share a really yummy mason jar salad. That's good. And then I'm also gonna share the salmon bowls that I've been obsessed with. Actually, it's what my brother-in-law and sister made when I went to do the nursery makeover. It was so incredibly good. And I just do it with frozen salmon because I can't be bothered to like go get fresh fish all the time. So I just do it with frozen salmon, and it's so quick and easy. Again, very minimal effort, but feels so like you're doing something so good for yourself. I don't know. I love it so much. So I'm also gonna share that recipe too. But let me know what's your favorite so far. And at the end of the video, let me know. But okay, let's go ahead, chop up stuff for our mason jar salads, and then we'll do the salmon. All right, it's a new day. Today we are going to finish things up. I just actually have a few more things. I want to share my mason jar salads. We're gonna do like a Greek salad kind of, and then also we're going to do salmon for dinner, and it's so good, so easy. Okay, so for your mason jar salads, you're going to need a mason jar. I like to do the big ones just because I kind of like a big salad. And then I like getting different lids, not the regular lids, but it's totally up to you. You can get like these wooden ones, or you can do like the white jar. lids, those are good too. We are actually going to use our pickled onions, but if you don't have the pickled onions, that's fine. You can just use whatever kind of red onion or like regular red onions. Obviously, you're going to use some lettuce. So I have romaine. I have a couple of bell peppers, and you can really customize this. I also have a can of chickpeas. We're going to rinse and drain these. An English cucumber. And then I would prefer to have like Guatemala olives, but turns out I'm out of those. So I just have some green olives that I'm gonna slice up. I have feta cheese, and then also some little cherry tomatoes. That's what we're gonna add into our salad. So these salads are actually going to be vegetarian. There's no meat or anything in them. However, one thing that I'm just kind of getting into that I think would be really good to add into this, like right on top, not in the jars, but later on, are just sardines. I'm finally like jumping into the whole sardine trend. I saw that they come in like different flavors and stuff, so these are okay too. These ones are from Costco and I actually like these better. These ones are boneless and skinless. They feel like a little bit higher quality and they're just plain, but honestly, they're so good. I was kind of like iffy on sardines. I thought they'd be kind of weird, but they're so delicious. And I like that they have super high protein and there's just a ton of like good health benefits from them. So just if you want, just an idea. And then anyway, we're going to go ahead and make a little dressing for the bottom as well. So in the dressing, we're gonna do some olive oil, some red wine vinegar, some minced garlic, some oregano, and then salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna kind of shift you guys down so you can see what we're doing with this. But I'm just gonna go ahead and like chop up all of the veggies and then we'll start assembling the recipe.
Count your blessings every night. You learn these lessons. Future's bright. Count your blessings. Don't let it slip away now. Yeah. It's easy when you know how. Count your blessings every night. You learn these lessons. Future's bright. Count your blessings. Don't let it slip away now. Count your blessings. It's easy when you know how. Keep the future forward. A star constellation. You know I'm shining brighter. Still got that motivation. I look to you, you show me that trust. It's not a win.
Okay, I don't typically measure, so I'm just gonna kind of pour it in, but we're gonna do roughly like a tablespoon or so of oil. And then we're gonna do the same, about a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Add in a little scoop of garlic, good flavor, some oregano, and then some salt and pepper. We'll give that a little mix. You have your own little dressing in there. Okay, now into here, we're just going to start layering everything, and you want to do the lettuce last. So put like the harder things that aren't going to absorb and get soggy on the bottom with the dressing, and then the lettuce will go up top.
Star constellation, you know I'm shining brighter. Still got that motivation. I look to you, you show me that trust. It's not a win-less. We both are moving up, yeah. Living like legends, keeping it fresh. Got a good feeling, gonna make it last. Count your blessings, oh, living my life, living my life, living my life. Count your blessings, baby. I was feeling down, and nobody could see that I was with the crown. But now I'm on my grind, you're wasting all my time. Future's looking bright, cause I ain't on the side.
Count your blessings every night. You learn these lessons, future's bright. Don't let it slip away now. Don't let it slip away now.
Count your blessings every night. You learn these lessons, future's bright. Don't let it slip away now. Don't let it slip away now. Count your blessings every night. You learn these lessons, future's bright. Count your blessings. Don't let it slip away now. Count your blessings. It's easy when you know how. Living like legends, keeping it fresh. Got a good feeling, gonna make it last.
let it slip away now.
6 o'clock sun glow right now, but I just got off the phone with my mom. I talked to her for like an hour. It was so nice to just catch up and visit and all the things, but oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. So delicious. Like, would you not feel so lucky to have this as a lunch or even a dinner? Like, and it's just waiting in your fridge. Just do a little bit of work right now. That could be yours. I just have my salmon fillet. It's hard and frozen. And I want to show this because sometimes you just feel like you have to get like fresh salmon, but no, you don't. No, you don't. It's fine. If you have frozen salmon, it turns out so good. We're gonna run this under some kind of lukewarm water for just a few minutes and let it thaw out, and then I'll show you the quickest, most delicious salmon bowl ever. So good. You're gonna start with a pan. We're just gonna saute this. I'm just using what my sister and brother-in-law used. So I have some paprika, onion powder, some garlic, a little bit of cumin, not too much, and some ginger, and then salt and pepper. So that's your seasonings, okay? You can kind of customize this to whatever you want. Now this is something else that I've been using, but this was from Costco. It's just ginger garlic paste. If you don't use this, I think it's gonna be fine. Like, they actually didn't use this, but I like it because it has the fresh garlic and fresh ginger and it smells so good. If you don't use this, do grate some fresh ginger if you have it, or get like ginger paste from the fridge. That just, it's nice. It's a nice touch. All you're gonna need otherwise is, if you want like an avocado, that's really good. If you want some carrots shredded up, that's really yummy. I personally don't do rice so much, but you can make some rice and do this over rice. What I have been doing is just chopping up literally an entire English cucumber. This is gonna be so filling. You're gonna have a ton of veggies, and like, I use the cucumber as the base. You can also just do a salad, but whatever you wanna put this over, you can do it over rice, over a salad, over a cucumber, whatever you want. And if you do it over rice, you can also like slice up some cucumber, and that's really good. So you really kind of customize that a little bit. So I just have some leftover salad, and because I have the leftover salad, I'm not going to do the entire cucumber. One thing that I like about doing this instead of rice, again, do whatever you like, is you get filled up, but you don't get that like stuffed feeling. And then just to elevate this a little more, since we already have it, I'm actually going to use some of those pickled carrots that we made. Oh, you guys. I'm just going to slice these up just a little bit. They're good. They've only been in there a day. Okay, now to this, we are going to add some oil. We're gonna saute it. We're gonna drop the salmon right in. And then from here, we're just gonna start seasoning. So I'm gonna add a little paprika, and you can season this as liberal or as light as you want. Got some garlic salt, some ginger, some onion powder, and a little bit of cumin. Some pepper, and then because I had garlic salt and not garlic powder, I'm actually not really gonna do much salt. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of the ginger paste, kind of a lot, I don't know. But it's gonna be so good, so good. Look, it's already like close to being done cooking. Look how quick that is. And again, because this was frozen salmon, it's like something that you can just always have. Like, you don't have to go specifically to the store for salmon. You can just have it in your freezer waiting for you. Okay, you hear that sizzle? And look at those bits. Pour your salmon right on top. Now from here, you can kind of do whatever you want. I'm gonna add a little liquid aminos or soy sauce, whatever you have, whatever you like. Just a little. And then really my dressing is gonna be like the avocado. I'm just gonna put that right on the side. Ooh, perfect. Of course, you can add in like spicy mayo, whatever kind of topping you want. Anything like kind of sushi-esque or like salmon bowl, right? Like that would be perfect. I'm gonna have it just like this. I think that's perfect as is. So yummy. Again, you can add rice if you want. I'm not doing that tonight, but it's gonna be so good. I bet those pickled carrots are gonna be like next level too. You guys have to make this. Thank you to my sister for like getting me hooked on these. So good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite recipe was. And if you go back and try any of the recipes, let me know which ones you like, which ones you try out. I always love hearing that stuff from you guys. But I hope you have an incredible rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.